Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning March 23rd, 2015. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm going to be using the Healing with the Fairies Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, and then of course pulling a card from the Secret Language of Color cards deck by Anna Sickle. I had 3 cards flop out. Okay, two cards. I thought there were 3 there. There's only 2. All right, that's interesting. So I did want to speak. I wonder how some of you are doing today, because today is Eclipse Day, and I was looking forward to it. I really was. I'm ready for a new beginning. I was ready for a fresh start. I want to reinvent myself. I want to reinvent Angel Souls. Like, I really wanted to get going on to something new and leave some of the energy of the past couple of weeks behind. And I don't know if you guys were experiencing that too, where it just felt like everybody was trying to pull me at least out of my heart space, and trying to drag me into their third dimensional fears and all of that. So it was just, I'm just glad to be in this space, and hopefully that's getting cleared away now, right? All right, so the first card up we have is Financial Flow. Now, I don't remember the last time I used this deck. Was it last week or the week before? But everything you need is coming to you. Now, I want to mention too that these are not predictions. This is basically me being a reflection of the energy that's coming through. And then of course I am giving you guidance from the angels on how to deal with whatever it is that you're seeing, okay? So treat this, and a lot of people do that. They treat these like predictions. They're treating the personal readings like they're predictions. By the way, if you want one, my website is angelsouls444.com services page. But they're not predictions, okay? You're asking someone to reflect back, what am I missing here? And then how do I get through that? Okay, so this Financial Flow card is coming up and saying, as a reflection, what are you worried about? What are your beliefs around your finances? And are you letting those worries and those fears pull you down so that you end up creating a block? And now the stuff that you need can't come in, right? So give some thought to this week. Are you still like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay the bills? Oh my gosh, how am I going to afford this or that or whatever? Just relax on that this week and open the flow so that the abundance can come in, okay? And here's how you're going to do that. I love this card. It's really cute. It's got a unicorn on it. It says, kick up your heels. This is literally telling you to stop worrying. Again, I could go on and on about what I've seen in the past few weeks, and it would get us into a really deep conversation. But just, people being very reactionary, being in a place of judgment of one another. And I'll come back to this card here in a second, but one of the things that sort of cracked me up as an observation, YouTube is a wonderful, wonderful platform for someone like me, but they have this judgment system going on, like, I approve of you, I disapprove of you. And people really, instead of like coming forward and expressing their opinion and having a conversation, they just want to throw some hatred at somebody or whatever, judge them, and then scurry away. And to me, I'm saying, like, thumbs down the video if you want, unsubscribe if you want. I'm not here to be popular. Like, that's not what I'm doing this for. I don't really care about that. But some people really love to throw that negativity around, and then what does it do? They're in a low place, so they're trying to drag everybody else into that low place. And it more worries me about other people who are trying to come out of a bad energy and then somebody yanks them back in. That's my biggest concern. And I mean, yeah, on a human level, I was getting pretty taxed out the past few weeks, going, oh my gosh, like, should I even be doing this? Like, no one's even listening. I let myself get into that too. But it's really time to relax now and let that go. Let the negativity go. Let the judgment of yourself and others go. All right? If you don't like what's being said, go find a conversation that you like. If you don't like the kinds of people that show up, go to a different party. But if you find that everywhere you go, you don't like something, that means you don't like yourself. That means you need to tap back in to your own divinity, right? Again, I could go on and on with this, but I think for our purposes here, it's just time to get back into your own power and not project out on anybody else. No blame, no shame, no guilt. Let this be your fresh start for that, okay? Where you're finally leaving those old patterns behind, and you're going to have fun. You're going to clear away those blocks by having fun and by not worrying. Another thing I will share with you, I got up today, and normally I get up and I'm like, gosh, I have all these readings to do. I want to get some writing done. I want to make sure I get a workout in, like I've got my day like planned out, because it can get pretty tight, well, in my mind, right? It can get so tight if I don't have it planned out. And today was different. I got up and I enjoyed the energy. I made sure I did some really deep meditation, and I had some very deep, profound experiences. And I got to reconnect, which is something that, I connect all the time, but I wanted and I asked for a deeper message. And I got in and I got it. And again, it's something that would bore you if I sat here and told you what it was, because it's really just kind of personal. But, it really was just time to not schedule out your life so much. You don't have to have every little minute detail figured out, because when you're putting your energy into that, you're missing your life. You're not living anymore. Okay? So really a big week of, I'm going to put this card back up with the artwork there. Life is so much more expansive than that one tiny little detail, that one tiny little worry. And again, I've seen how people have been handling that. The line of work I do, people are really getting wound up in that. So if I can have any part in that, of you releasing that and getting back into a nice space where you're not judging yourself, you're not judging others, you're not trying to get caught up on the you don't want to skip the details, but you don't want to like live in them and have them run you. You know what I mean? Because it's not time for that anymore. We're coming into a bigger, more expanded energy. So enjoy it. Like the card says, kick up your heels, okay? There are good things coming to you if you allow them. Okay, so the next card we have is Self-reliance. That's exactly what I was just saying. Like coming back into your inner power, into your inner divinity. And the more you are worried about things outside of you, the more you're worried about the mundane, the more disconnected you're going to get from what's really going on inside of you. And again, there are these incredible things happening, and you yourself are incredible, and you're missing it. You're missing it. Why? Because somebody cut you off in traffic? Because you had an unexpected expense come in? Yeah, those things are stressful, but it's not worth disconnecting over. Okay? And it's certainly not worth going and being abusive towards others. And there are some people out there watching that, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, okay? So that needs to stop. And I know there was a lot of volatile energy, but I was really having to monitor comment. Probably a lot of you didn't see it, because I'm in there like if it's really nasty or something like that, I'm taking it away. Just in my own experience, getting nasty emails towards me, getting nasty responses because someone didn't hear what they wanted to hear in a reading, these kinds of things, okay? I hope we're past that abusive energy, but if you're still in that lower space, you got to make a choice. You have to make a choice. You're going to continue on in that way and miss how great you are and be that disconnected from your soul, or are you going to let it go? Because today's the day to do that. Today's the day to let that go and to get back in that nice space, okay? All right, finally, we have inner power. That's your big message for this week. Okay, you have to get reconnected. And I said in the interview that I did with, or the show I did with KG Styles just a few days ago, Michael wants us to, yes, call upon him, but it's not to shield you from the big scary world. It's to help you spark the inner power inside of you, and to know that you don't have to give in to the negative story that's swirling around you. You don't have to give in to the story that you've created for yourself in your own world. And if you're one of the people sitting there going, oh, this is such nonsense, this is that, you're the people we're talking to. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to stop that, because you're still swirled up in your story. And why is that more important now than ever? Well, yeah, we're trying to help the individual, but again, I saw firsthand how that can spread out to other people. And it was like fanning the flames of negativity. And on and on and on. And then people like me are out there trying to transmute that. Again, because of my line of work, trying to transmute it. It was exhausting, and I'm not complaining by any means. I mean, life is life. And I was watching Callista McGilvery. I hope I'm saying her name correctly, or listening to one of her shows this morning. And she put it in a perfect way. She said something to the effect of, I feel like the universe prepares me for a message by having me experience it first. So it sounded like she was having a rough couple of weeks too, and then that gave her this inspiration for this message, again, because she experienced it. So that's kind of what's fueling this message today. I've experienced and observed things over the past couple of weeks that I'm now bringing to you. I saw a lot of disempowered people, and like I said, getting into their space of judgment, getting into the blame game and projections and, all these things. And this is the week where you got to focus back in on you, your inner power, your self-reliance. Have some fun with your life. Okay, it doesn't need to be serious. It doesn't. You're getting caught up in your story. You're the one dragging your own energy down. So you have the power to change it. Okay? And I think the financial flow card, the first one that came up, is about more than just money. It's about opening yourself up to all the beautiful gifts of the universe. I had a moment of joy and bliss today that I was like, man, I need to be doing this every day. This is great. Why don't I go deeper? Usually I spend about, 20 minutes in meditation or something like that. And then throughout the day, I'll center myself for a few minutes if I need a little, meditation refresh or something like that. But today I spent a good 45 minutes really being deep and letting, not forcing an experience, just allowing things to unfold, allowing fears and my own issues to rise up so that I could look at them and let them flow away. And it was very freeing. It was very freeing. And I still had all the readings. I still have a video to make. I have plans this evening. I'm supposed to meet up with a friend that I haven't seen in a long time. Time is an illusion, isn't it? And we can give in to that. And today I went, no, things are going to come together. They're going to flow. Everything's going to be just fine. I'm going to let the worry live wherever worry needs to be. It doesn't need to live here. Okay? So let's get on to the color card. And I was about to say I hope that makes sense, but really I'm in that place now where, if honest to God, I have nothing but love for every single one of you. Even if you're sitting there and none of this is making sense, then I mean it when I say, if you feel like you need to thumbs down, or you feel like you need to leave a nasty comment, or you feel like you want to unsubscribe and run away, I love you. And you're going to be okay. And I believe that you'll be okay because you're a good soul. All right? And if you're going to be here, I want you to be here wholly. Okay? Please don't just come here to get your predictions for the week. I don't even believe in that. Sorry to my psychic friends out there. It's not that I don't believe in you. It's just my personal belief. I think everybody is responsible for what's happening in their world. And you have the power to change it. Okay? So come here if you're ready to do the work and you want to share in the love. Okay? Color card. Peach. Inhale a breath of life. 19. We have this great opportunity starting today to get back in touch with, exactly like the card says, this breath of life, because you're missing it. We're all missing it. The more we get wound up in our worry, time flows away. That's where people look up and they go, wait, where'd the time go? What happened? They're saying actually this is time to reclaim yourselves. And I'm getting this big feeling from them that they're kind of going, okay, stop everything. Everybody just calm down, right? And reevaluate. Does that need to be a priority? Probably not. Does the laundry have to get done today? Probably not. And they're actually saying when you start feeling like you're getting sucked into something that has this urgency, but it's a mundane kind of thing, take a breath. It's going to nourish you. And hopefully once you exhale some of that stress and some of the worry. Getting rooted, okay. We were saying that in the monthlies, the March monthlies, that you had to be rooted throughout the entire month because there was going to be a lot of stuff rocking and rolling and knocking you around and trying to get you out of your heart space. You got it. It's time to buckle down, guys, and not let your story kidnap you. Okay? That's the best way I can put it. And yes, they're saying there's so much more for you to experience if you open up to it. So let this week be that week where you do that. All right? No matter what's going on in your world, try to find a place where you can maybe even laugh about it. And if you're sitting there going, no, I've got really serious things going on, I'd invite you into my story. Let's go back in time. You sit in my story for 3 weeks. And you know what? If I can laugh through that, you can laugh through your stuff too. Because again, it's getting into your awareness. It's getting into that space of your heart where there's only love. And you're seeing that the negative stuff out there, it's part of the play. And it's not who you are. And that's why it's so imperative that you get back in touch with you so that you remember that. Okay, guys? So have a good week. I am sending you nothing but love. Okay? Take care.